Busted my male 36, GF, female 34 of 7 years sexting with a colleague. Hi all, thanks for reading this. I'm not sure what to expect from this, but I just needed to vent. English is not my main, so saws for any spelling. Me and my GF have been together for 7 years and we had our ups and downs during this time. One of the reoccurring topics was us losing that spark in our love life. With communications, we worked through it and we both were very open about it. At least that was what I thought up till today. She was in the shower, and I thought about helping, so I started cleaning the office where she was working. Her phone was there also, and during cleaning my eye caught on a message coming in on screen which was very, very explicit. My curiosity got the better from me and I checked her phone, and although I know this is wrong, but after seeing that line my logic left me and I checked. It became clear she has been very busy sexting with that colleague. Completely shocked, I confronted her while still being in the shower. After I told her what I discovered, she came clean and confessed everything. She told me she couldn't bring it up again to discuss that spark with me again and look for an easy way out. She said the main reason was that she was looking for excitement and reassurance about her looks, but that absolutely nothing happened in real life. The strange thing is, though, it's strange that I am not even mad about the text I found. In my opinion, everyone that works for a white sooner or later encounters someone that pushes the right buttons. This does not make it right, but I do get where she comes from. When you're not happy in a relationship, it is bound that someone shows up and makes it seem like everything is better on the other side. But what is really hurting me is the trust part. After a bad breakup in my past, I always tell my relationship partners, if you ever find yourself thinking about someone else or trying something else, let me know and we can discuss it. It is not an automatic yes, but we can discuss it. But with that knowledge, she still went behind my back. I do not know if what she is telling me is the truth. She said it was going on for almost 2 weeks, but is this true? Also, supposedly, the only real-life thing that happened was a hug during work. I told her that before I could even think about starting to trust her again. I needed to see all the text, even though this would be painful. In my head, this would be the only way to confirm what she was telling me was true. 2 weeks, and nothing happened. But then she tells me she has deleted the text after I found out. So I told her no problem, I can recover it from the backup, but I do need to know. So after she came back, I checked the phone and I found out the backup was turned off while WhatsApp turns it on by default. Now she went to her parents and I am alone in the house. Tomorrow I will go to mine and we will talk the day after. Even though I already am pretty sure that I will end things. She keeps trying bending it back to herself, self-image, work busy, don't feel well, basically like she is a victim. I told her just before she left I am not having any of it and currently I am the only victim. Also, I told her to inform the other guy he has 6 weeks to inform his wife and 3 children because otherwise I will. Luckily, there are no kids involved on our side. The bad luck is that I will have to try and find a new home on short notice in the current market. But first, I will let emotions and thoughts settle down and go for that talk Sunday. So for now, I guess FML better luck next time. Story 2. Wife of 33 years cheated with a coworker while building business with me. Let me start with some background. My wife and I are both 54 M/F. Married 31 years, she is an RN at a hospital. I have worked for a home builder since I was 18. We have 2 children, both grown out of the house in their 20s. We decided in our mid-40s to pursue my wife's dream of running a bed and breakfast. We have been looking on and off for years. We came across a piece of property of 5 acres and a home built in the 1870s. The original owners were large landowners in this area. They had an extensive agricultural business empire. Over the decades, fewer of the family wanted to stay in farming. Parcels of land were sold off. Our town is going through growing spurts as it has become quite touristy because of some, let's say, natural formations and beauty. The farmland along the main highways is being gobbled up. The house and land we purchased is away from the highways. Since we bought it, my wife and I are redoing the entire house. There has been neglect in some basic maintenance, and we want to restore the house to its prominence 150 years ago, along with making a living. My wife has been in charge of decorating rooms as I finish along with paying the mortgage. I am renovating room by room, paying for all material and any professional help, if needed. I am pretty handy, so most work is done by me. The last few years, the housing industry has gone through the roof. We would work 8 days a week if we could. I was pulling in big money until last year. The pandemic knocked us out of work for a while in 2020, then the material shortages started. Of course, my wife was on the front lines for the last 18 months. Last year, she worked weeks at the hospital without days off. The medical staff stayed at the hospital. They had rooms several slept in together. To say the least, the staff got very close. They worked 4 weeks on 2 weeks off, starting in March last year into the fall, then again and after Thanksgiving. My wife has always, after the kids were older, worked for others if they asked. She watched these young parents crying because they could not see their families. So on their off time, she would give up her time off and offer it to the staff that really needed it. There were others that did this too. The whole COVID experience changed her. Watching people put on ventilators, the deaths, etc. She was not the same person. She was distant. Our Zek's life went to zero. I attributed it to either her experiences or her age. I tried talking about it but was told she just didn't feel it anymore. We still work closely on the house. We planned trips to an area in our state that had a large Amish population. The Amish here are known for their craftsmanship in woodworking and sewing. We bought several pieces of furniture for the bedrooms along with handmade quilts. This past weekend, we were planning on taking a 3-day trip to this area to buy dining room furniture. I also pay and trade with some wood that I get when I take down an old barn, which I do as a side gig. Barnwood is very much in demand. My boss calls me and tells me everyone is working the whole week as he was able to get wood and shingles for a house we have been sitting on waiting for supplies. I told the wife we could go on Saturday and Sunday. On Friday morning, she tells me she is still going with some workers because there is a fall festival going on too. I went to a local bar that night. One of her coworkers comes up to say hello. I asked if she was going on the trip. She knew nothing about it, so I texted the wife asking if she made it okay and asked who was all there with her. She texted back that this friend, her other close friend, and a friend called Stevie. I had heard this name the last few months, until that I always thought they were female. I asked her friend at the bar if she knew Stevie. She said no, but there is Steven that works with them. The wife gets back Sunday afternoon. She has bags of tablecloths, napkins, kitchen towels, etc. She is showing me what she bought. In one bag, there was a smaller bag. She pulled it out, looked in it, and said, "Oh, not this bag. It's not for us." I let it go. Later, I looked in the bag. She had hidden it in a closet. It was decorations for a man cave for a college team I don't follow in sports, so it wasn't for me. I asked to talk with her. I asked again who all went. She gave the same 3 people. I just asked who Stevie was because we had not met. She told me about a woman they work with. I pulled out the man cave stuff and told her I talked to her friend, who was supposed to be away last weekend, but her plans blew up. Then I asked who Steve was again. She started crying and told me who he was, and yes, they were by themselves. They had Zex. They have been since last year during their hospital lockdown. So now she is living in one of the finished bedrooms. I have our bedroom. I will talk to a lawyer on Monday. I have no idea what to do about the house, the business, the marriage. To me, she was sorry she was caught, but not for the affair. I asked her if she would break it off with Stevie. She was not sure.